Light, sound, camera, action.
Today, we are diving into Game of Thrones Season 1st, Episode 3rd, titled Lord Snow. This episode takes us deeper in the world of Westeros. The Stark arrives in King's Landing. Jon Snow begins his new life at the Wall, and Targaryens start to realize the power she holds within herself. It is an episode full of beginnings, political games, and character growth. So, let's jump right into it. We start with Ned Stark and his daughters arriving in King's Landing, the capital of Seven Kingdoms. This is the first time we see the city up close, and it's full of lights, secrets, and people with fake smiles. Ned is now officially the hand of the king, which means he's basically Robert Baratheon's right-hand man. But as soon as he steps in the Red Cave, he realizes that this job isn't about honor, it's about survival. He meets members of the small council, including Lord Petrus Baelish, also known as Littlefinger, who seems friendly but clearly hides something. We also meet Varys, the bald man who knows everything about everyone. He's basically the king's gossip master. Ned Stark, investigating what happened to the previous hand of the king, Jon Arryn, who died under mysterious circumstances. Everyone tells him to drop it, but Ned being Ned, he can't ignore the truth. Meanwhile, we see Sansa Stark trying to find fit in the royal world. She is still in love with Prince Joffrey, completely unaware of how cruel he really is. Arya, on the other side, wants nothing to do with it. She is busy training secretly with her swords needed. Far in the north, Jon Snow begins his training at the wall, but things aren't as glorious as he imagined. Instead of being knights, most of the Night's Watch recruits are thieves, criminals, and low-born men forced to serve. Jones feels superior at first, showing off his fighting skill, but Tyrion Lannister, who is visiting the wall, gives him a reality check. He tells Jon to stop judging people for their past and start helping them instead. That advice changes Jon. He starts training the other men instead of fighting against them, earning their respect. It is a small but powerful moment that shows Jon growing into a real leader. Tyrion also learns about the mysterious creatures beyond the wall, the White Walkers, and starts realizing that there is more truth to those old stories than the people think. Meanwhile, across the narrow sea, Daenerys Targaryen continues her journey with Khal Drogo's army. She is slowly learning to stand up for herself and take control of her life. Her brother, Viserys, who always treats her like a pawn, is losing patience because Dargo hasn't promised him the army he wants. When Viserys tries to hurt Daenerys, she fights back for the first time. This moment is huge. It marks the beginning of the Daenerys becoming her own person, not her brother's property, not a scared girl, but a woman learning to lead. You can really see the fire inside her starting to burn. Back in the Winterfell, Catelyn Stark secretly travels to King's Landing to warn Ned that she believes the Lannisters tries to kill Bran. With help from Littlefinger, she meets Ned in secrets and show him the dagger used in the assassination attempt. Littlefinger claims the dagger once belonged to Dragon Lannister, which plants the seed of major conflict between Stark and the Lannisters. And of course, This information will lead to serious trouble later. Meanwhile, back at the Winterfell, Bran has finally woken up, but he doesn't see what happened the day he fell. Episode 3 isn't about big battles or shocking deaths, it's about politics, power, and transformation. We see characters starting to change. First, Ned learning how dangerous King's Landing really is. Second, Jon Snow growing into a leader. And third, Daenerys begins her path becoming a queen. It is like the calm before the storm, quiet but full of tensions that ready to explode. If you ask me, this episode is a solid 8 out of 10. It steps up future conflict perfectly but the world beautifully and gives us some truly emotional characters moments. And that wraps up the recap and review of the Game of Thrones season 1st episode 3rd, Lord Snow. What do you what do you think about this? Do you enjoy seeing Jon Snow transformation or Daenerys standing up for herself? Drop your thoughts in the comment below. And if you like this video, don't forget to share, like, and subscribe for more episodes.